The dynamic island saga continues. It's honestly wild how much attention this little feature gets. So it looks like the iPhone 17 series is going to stick with the same size for the dynamic island, despite all the buzz about it getting smaller. Honestly, I get it. Some people were super pumped about the idea of Apple shrinking it, but it seems like they're choosing to keep things functional instead of just making it smaller for the sake of it. The dynamic island has been a cool feature since the iPhone 14 Pro, right? It was a big upgrade from that old, boring notch, and it added this interactive, customizable vibe that people really seem to enjoy. Sure, it takes up some space, but it's pretty handy, especially when it comes to managing notifications and other tasks. Apple's been working on making it more functional, and I think that's what's driving their decision to leave it as is for now. I totally get why some people want a smaller version, though. Who wouldn't want more screen real estate, right? A smaller dynamic island could make the whole thing feel more streamlined and sleek. But at the same time, Apple's probably thinking, why mess with it if it's working well? It might just be too soon to make drastic changes. Plus, rumors were floating around that the iPhone 17 Pro Max could use some crazy metal-ins tech to shrink it, but Qoo's update says that might not be happening just yet. Maybe Apple wants to play it safe this round and leave the major redesigns for later on. That said, I'm kind of into the idea of Apple working on hiding the components under the display. That could be the future. Imagine a dynamic island that's barely noticeable but still packs all the functionality. That would be wild. But I get it. Apple's probably just taking its time before jumping into that kind of innovation. They're all about testing and refining things first, so maybe they'll drop the bomb on us in a future release. And let's not forget the iPhone SE 4. That's gonna get its own version of the dynamic island, which is a big deal for the budget-friendly crowd. It's like they're taking some of the best features of their premium phones and making them more accessible. So while the SE 4 might not get the flashy new features like the iPhone 17 Pro, it'll still get a cool design upgrade with that dynamic island. But anyway, back to the 17 series. What do you think? Should Apple cut down the size of the dynamic island, or are you cool with it staying the same for now? Maybe they're just holding out for a big surprise in the future. Would love to know where you stand on this whole thing. Drop it down in the comments section, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, take care.